It's question time.
Time to answer some of your questions. You go first.
Ooh. Who's the boss?
I think we both know to answer this question.
Okay.
No, I think the truth is we both have our sections of the business that we do very well, and we try to not step on each other's toes too much. Like I would do more of the design work, Jérôme looks after the shop a lot more and all the social media. What would you think? Do you not agree with that?
No, I am. Yeah. I am the boss of the shop.
Yes,
I am the boss.
but I'm definitely not.
No, you're not.
All right, my turn.
Question time.
Okay, so what's everyone on the team's favourite dinosaur? Any thoughts on a dinosaur-inspired watch? I have to say, of all the questions that we get asked, that's probably the first time anybody's asked us about a dinosaur watch. I mean, never say never, I think. The Victorians were certainly big lovers of dinosaurs. There is definitely something to be done there. As for my favourite dinosaur, I feel like I should have one. We have kids, so we should have a favourite dinosaur. I'm going to go for Velociraptor. That's my one.
Good question. Triceratops.
Oh, nice. I like it.
Yeah, thick head. It's good. Like it. Question time.
Yep, off you go. Your turn.
If you didn't wear Camden, what would you wear?
I presume that's which watch would we wear?
Yeah.
We wouldn't wear a Camden watch. You go first.
I think I still have I love Jacques Edro. I think I will go for Jacques Edro or Gérard Perregaux.
Okay.
Yeah, really nice.
Yeah, my answer was actually going to be very similar. I think there are lots of poetic, artful watches out there that I like. So things like Jacques Edro, maybe Van Cleef & Arpels, those kind of watches. But also just a bit of everything, I think. You know, it depends on the day of the week. It depends on how you're feeling. Depends on the outfit you're wearing. I don't think I'd ever want to limit myself to one style. And that's what I love about what we do is we've got all sorts of different price ranges. And every day when I wake up, I can try a different thing on.
Or maybe one from our friend Raoul Pages. That would be a fun one.
Good, nice.
Question time.
Right, I'm going to go for this one. Favourite place you've travelled? I know, for me. I think it's going to have to be Japan. So we went to Japan quite a while ago now. I'd love to go back. We've been to Tokyo and Kyoto, and I think I learned a lot in terms of design, in terms of respect, in terms of how no detail is too small. I definitely think that's had a big influence on who I am as a designer. So I definitely think Japan would be up there with my favourite places.
And for me, I think it would be Taiwan. Taiwan, all the
Just for the food.
The food was so amazing. You can fish shrimp, that's absolutely amazing.
My turn.
Any tips for someone looking to start their own business? That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a tough question because, you know, businesses are all so different, but I think have a very clear idea of what you want to do, but also don't be so strict that you can't then move away from that. You know, you need to be able to pivot if things are changing. So definitely have a clear idea in mind, have a clear mission statement, but also adapt or die, I think it is in business.
And limited your risk, just like there's so much you can do yourself. Like when we started the Camden Watch with a really small loan, and we managed to do everything, to do the branding, all this kind of thing. So use your skills and really also start a business where you've got skills. That's really important. For example, don't start, oh, I love watches, I want to start a watch brand. If you've got nothing into watches, like that's basically work where you've got skills. That's the most important part, and use these skills.
Good answer.
Thank you. Question time. Where do you find your inspiration? That's an easy one. Walking, reading, not for me, not for her. Watching series, a lot.
I think it is an easy one in the sense that inspiration is everywhere. I know that's a bit of a cheesy answer, but you've got to always keep your eyes open and always look at what's going on. You've got to, it is true, like lots of books, if there's something a product that you see in the shop that you like, why do you like it? What is it about it? What is it about the aesthetics? What's talking to you? Just always be on the lookout and open and receptive to.
I would say even more, for example, like museum or like Highgate Cemetery for us. We did a watch based on Highgate Cemetery, or the Crown of Automatic, just walking along the canal every day, just the same bridge, and like, oh, it's so beautiful. This is Victorian, this is industrial, this part looks so nice, what can we do? And the crown of the watch, that was the thing. So using elements, that's the walk, open your eyes, always keep your eyes open, you never know. Question time.
This one, I've got two. Okay. Any tips on running a business? I think we've kind of touched on that already. Any tips on running a business? Be prepared to give up your weekends. It's tough. Running a business takes over your life. Make sure you pick something that you are very passionate about, but also don't give up, because it is brilliant getting to run your own business, and it is fun, and it gives you a flexibility and a sense of achievement. So just do it mostly. I think that would be my biggest tip. Just get out there and do it.
But try also to keep a step back sometimes, just like sometimes that you can stop and just don't think about it too much. It's really difficult. Honestly, that's the most difficult thing for us, to be able to do a break from the business. But try to do it like best thing, go running, go cycling, this kind of thing. Do this kind of thing so you can just like don't think about anything. Just do something for yourself and not thinking about the business all the time. But that's a good exercise. You need to be able to do this step back as well. If not, you'll be just, it's overwhelming, and you can, that's the thing, but you will burn out. This thing. No, that's a bad idea. Okay, cut this part. Thank you. Burn out things in the video. Next. Question time. Do you plan to collaborate with any of the Camden music venues? That's a good question.
Yeah.
Already answered it.
We would love to. I think Camden's got such a fantastic music history that's so rich and so broad that I think, absolutely, we'd love to. We haven't got one in the go yet. We had one that kind of fell by the wayside a little while ago, which was a shame. But absolutely, we'd love to. So if any music venues are watching, get in touch.
Also, like Camden, it's absolutely crazy. Camden is the place for music. We just watched a documentary about, it's called Made in Camden. Absolutely crazy, the number of bands who have been basically created in Camden, just like in a venue like the Dublin Castle is an absolutely amazing venue. Just like all these kind of stories, that's Camden is music, and I hope it will stay like that basically.
Definitely.
It's question time. It's question time.
It's my turn.
It's question time.
Hold it. So, anything exciting coming up? How much can we talk about? How much can we give away? So obviously the big thing at the moment is the 274 Open Heart 10-year edition that we're very excited about, but we also have our collab.
Food related, best subject. So we're working on with an amazing chef called Tom Brown. His food is absolutely like, we are really difficult in food. I love cooking so much, this kind of thing. So we're not the
easiest customers.
We were like
blown away
by Tom Brown, and basically this is why also we talked to him and we worked on basically a collaboration that is going to be soon ready, and it's also beautiful.
Yeah, but yes, lots essentially. So we've got that collab, we've got the 274 Open Heart, but we've got lots of other things that we are super excited to show you, but that are not ready yet. But lots in the frying pan.
Question time with Anneke and Jérôme. Sponsored by Camden.
Oh, that's a good question for that intro.
How did you meet? Oh, music related, actually. And a famous band from the UK. We met at a concert of Radiohead in France.
So I was living in Switzerland at the time. Jérôme is obviously Swiss, and we had both nipped over the border to France for Les Eurocaines, which is a really cool rock festival in France. And we were both there to see the headliners, Radiohead. And we met through mutual friends. That was 20 years ago. Not to age us too much, but it's been a long old ride.
Still looking fresh. Question time.
How long is the process between first watch design and having it in store?
Depends on the project, but at least 7 months, 8 months.
Yeah, even that's quite rare. I think 1 year is about the baseline of how long it takes from coming up with the first design and then actually having it in store. But also, that's just, if we talk about the first design stage, sometimes just an idea can be in my mind. So ever since we launched the Camden Watch Company, for example, the Memento Mori was a watch. Even before the Camden Watch Company, I'd always loved Memento Mori watches and jewellery, and it was always something that had been in the back of my mind. It wasn't until about 2 or 3 years into having the company that we actually came up with the design that we liked. So that watch, for example, was years in the making. Yeah. So sometimes from coming up with the actual first concept, for properly sitting down at the computer or at the sketch pad, starting to sketch out ideas, probably a year, but then there's a lot longer.
Everything goes well, like 274 that we're launching for the 10 years. Like I said, we saw the prototype, we're like, wow, this is the one. sometimes you say, oh no, maybe we should do a different color for the dial, or change the indexes. It doesn't work like that. Before it was working like that, but after the more experience now in watch design, so more and more often, like in one go, we've got it. But there's still things, but things can happen. Le temps de la question. No. Non, en fait,
Beautiful.
c'est faux, ouais.
Le temps de la question.
C'est comme si c'était... Ok.
Go on.
Question! Moment question! What has been the biggest surprise about running business? A business.
I know what mine is, because I always say this. The amount of boxes that I have to carry on a daily basis.
God, yeah.
I never realised. I mean, obviously it's a product-based business, so it'd be different for service businesses, but we're constantly carting boxes to and fro, from the stockroom to the office, from the office to the shop, from the shop to here, to there, to everywhere. I never realised when I was, working studying to become a watch designer in Switzerland, at what point I'd be carrying boxes on a daily basis everywhere with me, or big bags of stuff, like at Christmas, carrying bags full of Christmas decorations to the shop, or moving packaging from here to there.
Yeah, there's this, but there's also the aspect, like just like the happiness that it brings, basically, just also just to run your own thing, to do your own thing, not to have to justify anything. That's just like, that's a great feeling that you want to keep. Basically, that's really the... Yeah.
It's a much better answer than me. You said that,
Okay,
and I said boxes.
Well. Question time.
Your favourite customers. Who are your favourite customers?
The customers will tell us a lot of stories.
Yeah, you do love collecting your stories.
I've got one about this one. So one day I was in the shop and had a lady, she was around 70s, 80s. She told me the story of her life. I was like captivated by the story, like, oh, wow, this kind of thing, just like...
Like my favourite stories that I hear from customers, rather than favourite customers, because we love all our customers, obviously. My favourite customers are the ones that like share their passion with their families. So they start by buying a watch, and then they're like, oh my God, and I spoke to my best friend and now they've got a watch. And then they spoke to their husband and they've got a watch, and now their dad's got a watch. And I love just watching like how this kind of thing spreads out, all thanks to word of mouth, and how it comes from just one person liking what we do to then becoming this whole little like hub of people.
Oh, I've got something to add. So exactly the same thing. So when I work in a shop and suddenly you've got someone coming in the shop with friends and you start to explain you the details of the design. That's the best thing. So like explaining why the hand is blue, it's the same color of the Camden Watch bridge, this kind of thing, just to explain, my God, that's the best feeling ever, because people are passionate.
Yeah.
They have the same passion as us on our own thing. That's something we created, and that's the best, best feeling. That's, Question time. Favorite aspect of owning a business?
I'm going to change the question slightly and say my favourite aspect of owning a product business, and I think that is that you get to see something that has come out of your brain, out of your imagination, on someone else's wrist, and them like spending their hard-earned money, walking away with something that's come out of, that we've poured hours of work into and our heart and soul into designing. Seeing someone actually willing to part with their cash to buy our products I think that's the best thing about our business.
That's true, because to give you an example, we went to a festival for children. We got 2 kids, and just like suddenly I saw someone, we see someone with number 29, like, what's one of our watches? So we went to talk to him, just to let you know. And that's one of the best things as well, when you walk or just go in the tube. It happens more and more as well, but it doesn't change anything. Every time you see one of your products on someone's wrist, like every time, it's still the same feeling, just like, oh, that's so exciting.
Yeah, so if you ever do bump into us wearing one of our watches, we will accost you and start talking to you, I'm afraid.
Question time.
How did you get started? I love my Camden watch, by the way. Thank you very much. How did we get started? I moved to Switzerland when I was 14. And I finished secondary school, and then I went on to become a jewellery designer, and part of that course was watch design. I then went on to work with a really renowned watch designer over in Switzerland, and I just completely fell in love with it. I mean, it's hard to be in Switzerland and not be around watches, because they're literally everywhere, particularly where Jérôme is from in the Watch Valley. Everybody's into watches, but I just really, really loved it. I loved the intricacy of it. I loved the clockwork, everything about watches I thought was brilliant. And then, when we moved to London, wanted to kind of do my own thing, and I said to Jérôme, look, I don't want to do it by myself. Will you help me and come along with me? And luckily for me, he said yes.
I can tell you one thing, I was pretty impressed when in Switzerland, basically, from a few years, she directly moved to head of team in a watch design studio, this kind of thing. It was like, wow, it's just like, that was the, yeah. Question time. Who runs your social media? I love your style.
Did you write that question?
I didn't write it. So we've got an amazing videographer, and we've got also, we just basically, it's mainly ourselves. Basically, it's taking pictures, this kind of thing. But since the beginning, that's us, basically. We're using external companies as well for helping us with advertising, this kind of thing. Because do you want to do the thing you know, basically, and I have no idea how Facebook ad works. Okay, I don't know, that's not my profession, like Google Ads, talk to me about computers. I'm not there.
No.
But this is why, so now we use external people as well, but what you see posted, it's posted by us all the time, and just like...
Yeah, I mean, you've worked very hard over the years to create and curate the style that we show on our social media, and I think it's always something people have appreciated. That it is just all done in-house, which makes it all so much more succinct and kind of fits together so nicely, is that, you know, we're not using external photographers, we're doing everything yourself, you use all the same things. I mean, if you ever come into the shop and Jérôme, you know, seems to think, or if you're ever friends with us even and you buy our watches, don't be surprised if suddenly Jérôme like shouts you to pause half meal because he's going to take a photo of your watch.
I took a lot of customers outside the shop to take pictures as well. That's nice, I love doing that. It's question time.
Okay, so favourite design of our watches, I'm presuming, in the question. That's an impossible question. It depends how I'm feeling on the day, it depends what outfit I'm wearing, but that being said, I do have a big soft spot for our collabs because I think it's just so much fun for me to be working on these products with somebody else. So I love the KPP, which is our first one, then the Die Barber that we worked on with Frank, the Rebecca Vincent. I mean, we're proof that we love Rebecca Vincent artwork because we've got it on our own bodies. So I think for me, I love all our watches, but the collabs will always be very special.
Yeah, same. But after, if you know, you will see like I'm always wearing like absolutely love the tan, this kind of thing. Tan strap will be always my thing, but yeah, no, that's changing every day basically. It's like that's the good.
Yeah, it depends on how you feel on the day, doesn't it? Perfect. Oh, I missed the table. Done. That's all the questions.